Hello everybody and welcome back into Mama Angel's Kitchen. It's Monday night. I didn't get a chance to make a video yesterday on Sunday, so we're doing it tonight. And I'm gonna make my fried cabbage for dinner tonight. And let's go over these ingredients real quick of what we have here. I've got one nice size head of lettuce that I'm gonna chop up. I got about 4 slices of bacon, and then I've got a half a roll of pork sausage, okay, just a half a roll of that. And they are, the sausage and the bacon, they're still frozen. I forgot to take them out of the freezer, but we're still gonna make this work, okay? I also have a few pieces of bell pepper, some green and orange bell pepper, and then I have a half an onion down here. I'm going to use those. I also have a whole onion sitting here because I don't believe that half is going to give me exactly what I want for this cabbage. I also have another half a head of cabbage just in case this doesn't give me all that I want. So I'm making quite a bit tonight that'll last for the week, and that I can also share with my oldest daughter. I also have some chicken broth. Of course, this is homemade chicken broth, just a little bit, just in case my cabbage doesn't yield enough water for me. Then I'll have a little bit of chicken broth to kind of give me a little bit more moisture and water. Although I'm not looking for a lot, but sometimes some cabbages just doesn't give you a whole lot of water, and some give you too much. So I have it on the side just in case we need it. The spices we're going to be using tonight, guys, my usual suspects: Maggi Pollo, sazon, garlic and onion powder, my garlic and herb, excuse me, garlic and herb seasoning, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and then some salt and pepper, okay? That's it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go and get the meat into a cold skillet on very low, and I'm gonna put a top on it, and I'm gonna let those start to thaw out and start to cook while I chop up my veggies. Okay, I've got that whole cabbage cut up already. It's here, and it almost filled up my colander, but I want to go ahead and fill this whole thing up. So I am going to use this other half a cabbage. What I want to show you, in case you haven't seen yet, see how tight this cabbage is, and so light. You don't see any green really on this cabbage. That is because it's a very, I guess, young cabbage. And so it's very tight. And when you get a cabbage like this, it doesn't yield a whole lot of water, nor does it shrink down as much, okay? So it's almost kind of what you got, what you see is what you got here, okay? Anyway, I just wanted to show you that, kind of show you the difference in these cabbages. And it's really, really tender also. When you get them nice and young like this, they're really tender, all right? All right, guys, here at the stove, let's see how our meat is doing. And it's beautiful, okay? It is, I'm gonna put that water in there. It is completely thawed. Now, I did go and break up, the bacon a little bit. I cut it into strips. All right, and the sausage is just about cooked. Now, I'm not trying to cook everything completely and fully. I do want it thawed though. So I'm gonna get ready to turn this fire up a little bit, and it's been cooking on a very low, okay? Just to get it thawed. So a tip, guys, if you forget to take your meat out, you can put it in a cold skillet with a little bit of oil, depending on what kind of meat it is. I did put a little bit of olive oil in here just because this bacon and the sausage, neither of them tend to render a whole lot of fat. So I needed a little bit of something. But you can put it in with a cold skillet, put a lid on it on very, very low heat, and let it thaw and then bring it up and start cooking it. Not the preferred method to do, but when you're in a pinch, you can, okay? All right, I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna turn the fire up a little bit more, put the cap back on it, because I do wanna get this here little piece of sausage that's still frozen, get that thawed out, and then we're gonna get our veggies in here. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I got it just to the point where I want it. Crank that fire just a little bit more. I do now want to start sauteing these onions. Oh, it smells good, and all I've got is sausage and bacon. Can you imagine how good this is going to taste? My word. All right, now I did do another quarter of that onion. So this is probably about the size of one medium-sized onion. And then I would have done more bell pepper, but that's all I've got. So that's what I'm working with. Okay, and I forgot, guys, I have one large garlic clove that I have chopped up also. Okay, I'm not gonna put that in there just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and let these veggies saute in with that meat. Ooh, you talking about something good, y'all. Come on. Come on. All right. Okay, the onions are translucent. I've let the veggies cook down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic in. Okay. Let that saute for about 30 seconds until it becomes very fragrant. And then we'll add our cabbage. Man, oh man, I wish you guys could smell these flavors. You hear me? All right, let's get this mountain of cabbage down in there. Let's see. Let's get our hands involved. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're just going to put a top on this. I'm not going to season it yet. I'm going to turn it down just a tad to where it's cooking on a medium. Okay? Medium to medium and low. Medium to medium low. I don't want it on low, but at a medium. That's a little bit of a core there. I got some core. I'm not going to cook that. Take that out. All right? And it's so tight together, it was hard to know exactly what I was working with. All right, just gonna put a top on this, make sure it's on medium low, and let it wilt down a little bit, and then we'll season it, okay? All right, let's go in and give it a little bit of a stir. Bring some of that meat to the top. Still wanting it to wilt down just a little bit more before I put any seasoning on. I just want to kind of get things moving around, okay? All right. You just have to be patient, with your cabbage. This is probably going to take, about an hour to get done. All right. All right, that's it. I'm going to put the top on it again. I just wanted to move it around a little bit. And I'll come back. All right, it is wilted down beautifully. So now let's go ahead and get some seasoning in there. We got quite a bit of juice developing, so I may or may not need some of that chicken broth. We'll still see. We got a ways to go. All right, guys, what I did is I took those seasonings that I showed you that I have out, and I just simply measured them out and put them into, a little bowl like this. I like putting my seasonings together before I put them on my food, and that way I can taste it. I know what kind of blend I'm working with. All right, and I will have those measurements down in the description box below. All right, okay. Go ahead and get this mixed on up down there. We'll put the lid back on it and let them continue cooking for a bit. boy. Does this smell good, guys? Does this smell good? Okay. All right, here we go. We're rounding around the corner here. This is where you want to go in and give it a taste. You're tasting it for tenderness and flavor, okay? I try to find myself a nice thick piece because that will tell me, you know, how tender we are. But I get a thick piece and a thin piece so I can get a good idea of just what I'm working with, okay? Oh boy, are we there? Just about there. Another 10 minutes maybe, because I like mine still with a little integrity. You know, so I definitely don't want it mushy. Now I'm going to go in with the rest of that seasoning. And like I said, all the measurements will be in the description box below. I'm also going to go in with just a little bit of red pepper flakes. Totally optional. But you know, I like a little bit of heat. And just that little bit right there will give us, you know, that little heat on the back of the tongue there. All right, guys. I'm going to let this go for, like I said, maybe another 5 minutes, 10 tops. And I have enough juice in here where I do not need, I'm sure if you can see it or not, but I do not need any of that chicken broth with this one, okay? Here it is. And I had some rice left over from dinner last night. So I just got me a little center piece of rice here. Here, let's get this close up. Oh boy, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? And I love cabbage with rice. I really do. All right, let's dig in here and see what we're working with here. I've got some sausage right there with some of that cabbage. See if we can get a good bite of that and get it to stay on the fork for a good close-up. Let's see. Let's see. How's that? Look at that. This is well seasoned. Well seasoned. Guys, when I tell you this is good, you get every bit of that spice in there. The sazon, oh, and here's some of that bacon, the Maggi Pollo, the bacon, the sausage, the onions, the peppers. Oh boy. When I tell you, if you guys like cabbage, do this. Do this. It is so good. It's so good. You add a little bit of that rice. Perfect dinner. Perfect dinner. If you've enjoyed this one, guys, come on, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, come on in and join the party now. For my new subscribers, welcome. Welcome, welcome. And thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you'll give this a try and let me know what you thought of it. I would love to hear from you. I love you guys. Stay prayed up. I'll see you real soon in my next video. Good night.